let's explore my 335 X-Drive E90 LCI. Has a 6-core intercooler, and I've done some things to it. I know these air filters look kind of cheese. Actually, this one actually matched my ceramic coating on the manifold, but the other one I got didn't quite match. But anyway, what I got is I was able to get both my inlets in without having to relocate the stock coolant reservoir, which that's not a very hard job. I just kind of wanted to see if I can do it, to be honest. I had some other system that ran over here. It kind of looked kind of cheese. So, but yeah. Of course, I don't have a clamps on here because I don't really need it. It's under vacuum the whole time. So, but down here is a 3-inch inlet to the 1.75 silicone coupler on the snout to the turbo, on the front turbo. And then this is the rear turbo that goes down, and it goes to the rear of the turbo, and that's a 1.75 to a 2.5. And then down here, obviously I have it just, you know, exhaust wrapped for, I don't want this getting too hot. Believe it or not, which I was really surprised when I had the stock air filter and the front part plugged up, and I had the rear inlet, the OEM inlet to it. I'm actually have lower intake temps with this setup like this for some reason. Maybe because it's a shorter, and the heat from the engine was blowing on that rear inlet. That's all I could think of, because my intake temps were four degrees lower with this setup, with this inlet over here, for some crazy reason. I mean, I've been monitoring my intake ambient temperature. So, but anyway, so I got the inlets in, which I also have. I still need, I'm waiting for a coupler that has actually a snout to run to my oil catch can right here. I'm waiting for it. I ordered it, and I'm just waiting for the part. So this isn't exactly how it's going to completely be. So, but I think I need a new PCV valve anyway. But so I'm going to probably get one of those. The car has 50,000 something, like 52,000 miles. So it's time to get a new PCV valve. I'll just get one of those. Probably won't hurt to get one of these aluminum things, snouts, before the cooling hose snout, before it cracks, because it's plastic. What's been done is I've already done the valve intake walnut cleaning for the ports and the intake valves. I've done the oil filter gasket. I did all that just under 50,000 miles. And then I have, of course, these inlets are all custom. I pride myself on doing custom stuff. I don't like just buying stuff ready to go. I mean, it looks a lot nicer and shit when it's ready to go, because, you know, they've thought things through. But that's part of the fun for me, is making my own custom deal. So, but this is my little, this looks cheesy as hell, but it's functional. I mean, I have this turned off, this big nozzle, if I'm spraying just water versus water and methanol. I'll have them both on when I am spraying methanol. Eventually I'm going to make a spacer, and I'm going to put the smaller nozzle here, and I'm going to have it spraying here. Actually, or over here. I'll probably just do a spacer here, so it'll spray here, so it'll actually, but it's cooling, and I know it's getting in, because I could tell from the exhaust, it's cleaning. My exhaust was super clean, so I know it's still staying wet before it actually, when it goes in my combustion chamber, so I know it's not evaporating. So I am good there. But usually when you're doing a dual nozzle, you want to go one here and then one over here. but I have them a little further away, and that's because and I have a check valve on here, but if it leaks or something, it could leak down there, puddle down there, instead of, it doesn't puddle though because of the check valve. But anyway, make a long story short, I put it a little further back because by the time it gets to here, it's all cooled and it's giving it an accurate reading over at the temperature sensor, and it's far enough from the mass pressure sensor to where it's not going to you know, screw that up, because methanol is a little corrosive if I'm running methanol, you know. So that's dialed. Yeah, it looks a little screwy, but, and then of course I'm not running a tune with this methanol. I'm just using it to cool my intake temps and exhaust temps, give me a little more octane, so I could run a little more aggressive map, I could have a more aggressive timing. So I'm not really turning up the boost. I'm spraying just so I could have a little more, my timing's a little more aggressive, which that gives me just as much power, if not more power, than having higher boost. So, I mean, boost isn't always the answer. Your timing is a major part of getting power. Plus, you're not going to be getting timing with hot charged air. You could actually lose power with more boost if you're not careful and you run too high a boost and you're not cooling it. You're gonna retard your timing to where you're actually losing power versus, yeah, it looks a little screwy, but it's just I'm waiting for more parts. But yeah, this thing's been badass. This is just showing my setup right here. So I'm out in Yuma right now, and I just actually go across the border and go to Mexico to do my runs. So yeah, that's my little baby right there. So anyway, I think the next trip here I'm going to take my AMG. So